Hey folks, in this viral Reddit relationships post, we'll see how a 37-year-old woman, raw broken woman, discovered how her husband was cheating on her, filed for a divorce, and yet unbelievably her friends are all advising her to stay married. And you'll want to stay tuned to the end and see how Reddit users responded and have the opportunity to share your advice in I, 37-year-old female, want to divorce my husband, 40-year-old male. But everyone keeps telling me I will die alone if I do so. What is the best course of action? She begins her post by describing,
I, a 37-year-old female, caught my husband, a 40-year-old male, cheating on me with my daughter's teacher. We have 3 kids, a 12-year-old male, 9-year-old female, and a 4-year-old female. We have been married for 15 years and together for 20 years, but recently I found out he has been cheating. I reported the teacher and separated from my husband.
Wow, we really feel sorry for raw broken woman and can understand why she would want to divorce him. So why are all her friends and family advising her not to? She continues.
I served him divorce papers because cheating has always been a deal breaker for me. My husband has begged a lot, but I still didn't budge. It's been 1.5 months since I served him divorce. I have had people try to convince me to stay. I've heard numerous pieces of advice, but most common were, 1. All men cheat. If I leave my husband and find a new man, the chances that he will cheat on me is still high. Better to stay with him. 2. I will be a single mom. A single mom with 3 kids will have a difficult time finding a new partner. We have baggage. Besides, I am 37. 3. I should just let him cheat because at the end of the day he still provides and pays the bills. 4. Think about your kids and how it will affect them. Divorce is always harsh on kids. And 5. I am taking their father away from them.
Good grief! Her friends are really doing a number on her. Why are they telling her to stay with him? Because all men cheat. Do all men cheat? She continues.
All these I avoided. But what struck me was what my mother said. My mom also divorced my dad when he cheated. Our dad abandoned us after the divorce was final. I barely talked to him. My mother said sometimes she wishes she didn't divorce my dad. He left us because he was angry that my mom didn't want to work things out. If she had just worked things out, I would still have a dad. Part of the reason she was single till I was 18 was because she didn't want strange men to groom me and take advantage of me. She said to think about it. I have thought about this for a long time. I cannot even look at him. His face disgusts me. The last time he touched my arm, I jerked it off. I am fine if I never date again, but I've always had abandonment issues. I think about my children, and it makes me want to change my mind. But how can I stay with a man who disgusts me? We will be living like roommates. I need some insights on what is the right thing to do for me and my kids.
Wow, what a tough spot this woman is in. Understandably, she feels complete disgust for her cheating husband, and yet all of her friends and family are strongly advising her to stay with him because of the intense pain and isolation she will feel as a single mother of 3 kids. So she posted this on Reddit, and of course this went viral and users had strong advice for her. Icy perception. 8,108 received over 2,000 upvotes for her unambiguous advice to raw broken woman, advising her,
Your husband cheated with the teacher of your kids. He cares shit about your kids. How many people at the school, including other parents, know now? The fact that he did that to your kids and has embarrassed them in such a way, even though they might not know personally, is telling enough. You don't crap where you or your kids eat. Your husband just did. Divorce him.
Well, that seems pretty straightforward, and from a moral and emotional point of view, it seems very understandable. And Ricky Rachel addresses our original poster's fear of loneliness by advising her to get the big picture of what is happening in society and to overcome her fear, advising her,
Seriously, there are people getting divorced every day. You'll find someone else.
That may be true, but how can the fact that divorce is a common occurrence help our original poster's broken heart and fear of loneliness? And let's be honest, she is 37 years old, and she does have 3 kids. It seems the odds are stacked against her in finding someone else, don't they? Sticks and String, however, is having none of that, and simply confirms that while she may find someone else, it might be a case of,
Or not. And that's fine too. Nothing wrong with being single.
but mixed media. Mama picked up on our original poster's concern for the kids if she does go through with the divorce and turns the tables on her, telling her she should be more concerned about her kids if she stays with her cheating husband. She advises,
Follow your first mind and proceed with the divorce. My dad repeatedly cheated on my mum, and she stayed. I could feel the resentment and tension within her, and I hated it. The constant arguing was awful. I kept trying to convince her to leave. I had so much hatred and resentment towards my dad well into my 30s. I hated to be around him, although she kept trying to convince me that he was a good father and to not let what was going on with them affect my relationship with him. The situation subconsciously affected my relationships with men. You may think you're helping them by staying. Yes, it might be a tough adjustment, but you're helping them in many more ways. If he is a good father, he will continue to be. If he wasn't really in it for the kids, his true colours will show. Besides the kids, if you're forced to look at him every day, the disgust and anger you have would do more harm within you than you may realise.
And Sired Khaled picks up on that same point, noting,
Better to feel alone by yourself, where you can trust yourself, than feel alone with another person who you can't trust, so you have to watch your back, emotionally, if not physically. And you are thinking about your kids. Think of the example you set for them. Do you want to set the example that they should stick around after someone betrays their trust? I think not. Let him go off and start his new family.
Wow, so there you have it, folks. It seems like none of our original poster's friends or family are of the same mindset as our Reddit users offering her advice. But what do you think she should do? Do you think she should listen to her friends and family and take him back so she won't live alone and for the sake of her kids? Is it possible she could forgive him, love him, and trust him again? Or should she absolutely throw the bum out? Please leave your thoughts, comments, and advice below for Throw Her a Broken Woman, as we'd love to hear from you. And be sure to like and subscribe so you'll get early access to our engaging videos related to dating, relationships, and personal growth. See you in the next video.